Perfect. So a tough first half there, Jimmy, but a much stronger second half performance. How was it from your perspective on getting those 3 points?
Tough. Tougher than it probably should have been on chances alone, but chances don't win games, goals win games, and it's quite funny at the moment. We had those 2 games where we didn't score a goal, and then we've had 2 games where we scored 12 goals, and then tonight was one of them where you're thinking, Jesus, it's going to be another one of them where the ball just won't go in for us. But the lads, credit to them, they stuck at it. Sometimes you can lose a little bit of belief, but they didn't. They kept going till very, very end. A wonderful attitude from them, and let's be honest, got exactly what they deserve. They deserve to win that game. So I'm pleased for them. Yeah, in the next round is great.
And as you mentioned, to the next round and facing Havant and Waterlooville, it'll be here at the Snow Stadium. How proud are you to progress to the next round, but also your mind going on to that next fixture? What are your first thoughts on it?
It's not really. My mind's gone straight on to Hungerford on Saturday in the league. I think we've got a cup game the week after that. We've got to travel to Merthyr next week as well. So, I've got to be honest, I won't start thinking about the cup game until the lead up to it. It'll be a fantastic atmosphere here, like all the cup games this season have been. And we'll have to be at our very, very best to beat a good Havant side,
And the game kind of, from our perspective up at the top, seemed to change when Benny Reid came on as sub and gave a really positive impact. What did you think his substitution added to the game, and what was your thinking behind him coming on as the first sub?
Yeah, well, Charlie went into midfield, made us really, really solid in there, so they couldn't get out. Benny gives us real attacking threat down the right-hand side, and he didn't start because he had a nasty cut on his foot from the previous game that he had to have stitches on, but he wanted to be involved, he wanted to play, said it was okay, so we put some padding around it and went with it. So yeah, he comes on and gives us what he gives us, which is attacking threat, comfortable on the ball, good delivery, brave on it. So yeah, he came on and did great, but we really smothered them in the middle of the park because I was able to put Charlie in there, and we smothered them in the middle of the park. They couldn't get out, so that it helped me do that. It was great.
And some very wet conditions this evening, obviously impacting perhaps the surface. Obviously we were able to play on it today, and the last game was postponed on Saturday. How did those conditions affect maybe the way you set up, or how easy it is to play the way you want to?
Well, it makes it slick so you can pass the ball quickly, but it was there was some odd bounces tonight that we weren't quite right with. Their goal came from it. Normally that would bounce and you'd receive that and play, but it bounced and flew, and we didn't. Just the wrong decision, which allowed them to get in the score. Heavy on the legs. The longer the game went on, I thought the pitch held together really, really well. We've had so much rain. I was here for the pitch inspection Saturday, and it was flooded. And that water just doesn't go away because it hasn't stopped raining, so it's just under the surface. So the rain we had before the game and during the game, it was pretty wet in the end there. Yeah, so the ball skids and flies differently, and you play passes, and where there's a bit of standing water, it is slower. So yeah, you've just got to adapt though in those things. It's the same for both teams, and you have to adapt better than the other team and deal with it better than the other team. And I think we did. Some of our attacking play tonight was fantastic, and only 2 goals for it, but how only 2 goals I will never know. But I'm pleased for them. They, we keep creating dozens and dozens of chances every game. Exciting to watch. That's why people came out in the pouring rain to watch us, and it means a lot to the players. The fan support tonight was brilliant. They didn't get frustrated because they could see, what was happening. It would have been quite easy for the fans to get frustrated tonight, but they didn't. They backed us all the way, and gave the players that belief that they needed towards the end to see it through and score that vital goal.
And obviously you mentioned there was the 2-1, the final score coming from behind. Merthyr are only 1 space above us in the league. How important is it to show that we can battle and beat the teams up the higher end of the table around where we are?
Of course, every win, every performance sends a message. I think we can be better than we were tonight. There was a few bits that I wasn't quite happy with. So I think there's room for improvement, and the players have a lot of belief at the moment. So we've got to. It's our job to maintain that belief by winning games of football, no matter who you're playing against. And tables this early in the season, I'm not sure they mean a lot. If I'm being honest, you could have had a great run of injury-free, no suspensions, and be up the top of the table, and then you get a couple of suspensions and 2 or 3 injuries, and it changes absolutely everything. So I'm not sure this early. I think the next 2 or 3 months might tell. End of January, you know a little bit more. So and we've had horrific injuries. Really, to be honest, we've had some massive players out for us since the first game of the season. Luke Hallett missed 5 games. Cartsy's missed nearly all of them. Matty Burrows now out for a long period. So suspensions as well. I think Joe Osler's suspended now for the next round of the cup, which that's a disappointment to him. But you got to deal with those things. The squad's great, and you have to deal with those things. So someone up at the top of the table now might just have had a bit of a roll. So I think it's still a bit too early, if I'm being honest, and things will change massively. All I can affect is what we do. So I keep winning games, keep creating chances like that, and players have got to be brave enough to put them away.
Brilliant. Thank you for speaking to us, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jimmy.